gather and they shout. They shout from their electric chairs. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm Dave. Welcome. That's what my name says right there. Dave. That's me right there. That's right. Dave Guerra. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. I hope you had a great day. It's Thursday, I think. I don't know what day. It's all a blur. February has just been a big blur. It's all been about the winter that never was, this coronavirus thing, and the start of baseball season, because pitchers and catchers reported, then the regular full squad, then the position players showed up, and then the full squad showed up, and now they're having preseason spring training games. So it's crazy. It's just a big blur. And it was like almost freezing outside this morning. So again, it's a big blur. It's all February for you, but that's all right. We have a leap day this year. That would be Saturday, the 29th. So we get an extra day of February that we normally don't. Well, the other 4 years or other 3 years. Sorry about that. Anyway, so good evening. Welcome. And this is Let's Have a Chat About Leadership for Thursday, February 27, 2020. I'm your host. Not gluten-free, but still, I have checked. I am still coronavirus-free. Dave Guerra, welcome. And tonight, well, because it is Thursday, you know what we do on Thursdays? It's Lessons in Leadership. And Lessons in Leadership, tonight's topic is, don't be the smartest person in the room. Don't be the smartest person in the room. You've heard that saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, find another room. And it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. A leader is always teaching, always sharing, always imparting knowledge on others. That's what a leader is supposed to do. And a leader is also supposed to be learning. And a leader, a person who's assumed a position of leadership, who's resolved themselves that, hey, I guess everybody's made me a leader. Guess what? I guess I have to be a leader. Well, they have resolved themselves, or herself, himself or herself, to be a lifelong learner. Lifelong learner, the triple L's, 3 L's. Lifelong learner. That means that they're learning. They're always constantly learning. They're always on the lookout for something new. They're always reading a book. They're always watching a new video. They're always out there meeting new people. And in a room, so when you find yourself in a room full of people, and you cannot find who the smartest person in the room is, then you've come to the conclusion that that's you. So if you listen to the old adage of, if you're the smartest person in the room, go to another room. Well, you could do that. You're more than welcome to do that. And I say no, because unless you're like at a conference or a networking event, then going to another room is going to be pretty easy. But, if you're at some type of social gathering, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a quinceañera, whatever you happen to find yourself in, and you're looking for the smartest person in the room, well, guess what? They're all around you. They are all around you, and you included. So don't sell yourself short, you included. So what does this mean? What this means is you need to go find somebody else who's smarter than you in a different subject. You might be an MD, and you might be something dealing with, neurology. You might be a neurologist. And well, guess what? What do you know about, accounting? What do you know about, it's got to get done, but are you a CPA? No. Well, guess what? There's the CPA on the other side of the room. That's the smartest person in the room when it comes to accounting. Why? Because that's what they're supposed to do. But if somebody has a neurological disease or defect or disorder or injury, guess what? You're the person they're going to call on. They're not going to call the CPA. Or maybe to write the check, but they're not going to call the CPA to perform brain surgery. You see where I'm going with this? Sure, you can leave the room, but why? Why would you leave the room? Especially all you egomaniacs. Sorry to burst your bubble. No, I'm telling you to stay in the room and find somebody else. Find somebody who knows just a little bit more about you. I've been dabbling. I really want to get into this. I've really talked about it for many, many years. Maybe now it's time to do it. It's getting into the real estate. It's never too late to get into real estate. So this might be the jumping point. Well, guess what? I know nothing about real estate. I know that, the planet is not making any more dirt. All the dirt that's going to be made is made here already. It's on the ground. So that means there's only a finite amount of dirt that anybody can purchase, can acquire, can buy, lease, whatever, rent, whatever. There's only a certain amount. They're not making any more. This planet's not getting any bigger. Okay. So something to think about. So guess what? Maybe I should go learn real estate, get my real estate license, and so on and so on. Is it too late for me to become a neurologist? No, not at all. It happens, you're never too old. If you've got the willpower, you got the stamina, you got the constitution, you can do it. Jump right in, feet first, make it happen. And even then, if you don't have the willpower, you don't have the constitution, but you have the mindset that says, hey, I want to be a doctor, then what is stopping you? Nothing but yourself. So don't sell yourself short. And don't overdo the ego, because again, just because you think you want to be a doctor does not mean you are ready to perform surgery. So check your ego at the door. Now, of course, like I mentioned earlier, you can always go out and find yourself a better room. And, again, that kind of works. It doesn't work. It really kind of, no, it doesn't work. And so just be aware that there's always someone just a bit smarter than you in any room you find yourself. And not necessarily, if you're an accountant, not necessarily that, but, there's somebody else who's going to know just a little bit more, somebody who's lived a little bit more, who's experienced something different. Pretty much, it's easy to spot. It's easy to spot because, again, the neurologist, the MD, the doctor will know all the other doctors. They kind of, they gravitate towards each other. All the accountants kind of know each other, or they're easy to spot. They know each other. They know what, if the event's a CPA event, guess what? It's going to be a room full of CPAs. But again, so you see where I'm going with this. That's right. Find those people. Use your good judgment and seek out and get to know that unique individual. Get to know those unique individuals. Get out there and learn from each other and share with each other and impart knowledge to each other. And that's how you are not the smartest person in the room, because everyone else is. Everyone has something unique that they bring to any gathering. So get out there and find it. Get out there and learn it. Get out there and show yourself how smart you are not, because there are other people in that room. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to, just, they're going to see me as a fraud. They're going to think I'm fake. No, because everybody's going through the same thing. Everybody's believing the same thing. It's those egomaniacs. It's those narcissistic people. But again, you'll know who they are because it's about them. It's all about them. You broke a toe, they broke their leg. You got a CPA, well, or you got your bachelor's, they got an MBA. They'll be the first ones to tell you. They'll be the first ones to tell you. And again, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. You can still learn from them. Obviously, you can learn what not to do. Just like you can learn what to do. Because sometimes somebody told me the other day, Dave, you really need to be selling yourself. But I don't want to come across as a narcissist. You're not a narcissist, Dave. If somebody's telling you you're not, then, listen to your gut, listen to your head, listen to yourself. But they said, Dave, you really got to start selling yourself. We didn't know you were an author. Start selling yourself. You've got to do it. That's the only way. So I took that to heart and I'm working on it. But that's why I'm here. But out here, outside of this, outside the camera's angle here, I'm somebody else. I do something else. And I kind of agree. Maybe it's time to step out of that. But again, I listened to somebody who was the smartest person in the room. I found him because they had no problem sharing and motivating and inspiring and saying, hey, you need to do this. You really do. Don't worry about it. You're not a narcissist. Others might think you are, but you're not. And that's a good thing. And that's a very good thing. So to hear that from the smartest person in the room, that's a very good thing. And I can call them the smartest person in the room because at that moment, I knew I was not. At that moment, I recognized I was there sharing and presenting and imparting knowledge on them. But I also knew who they were and what they brought to the table. And I also knew, and I was prepared to hear something from them. And I am grateful. I am thankful for them to share that with me. So understand that just because you're in the room, don't go spotting, seeing who the competition is, because there's no competition. But what there is a plethora of wisdom, of knowledge, of experiences that people are willing to share with you, so long as you recognize that you're going to check your ego at the door, and you're going to get down to business of getting to know people. And getting to know people is what it's all about. It's not about, oh, well, here's my business card. Here's my business card. Where's your business card? No, it's not about that. It is about getting to know people. So don't be afraid. You're not the smartest person in the room, so don't be the smartest person in the room. Don't let your ego get away with you or run away with you, and understand that, hey, everybody brings something to the table. Listen, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thank you for your time. I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow's Friday, and we're going to close out the week, the work week, with Forbes Friday. We're going to talk about, you know what we're going to talk about, and your money. And until then, have a great evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.